Couple of things going on here. If you look over my shoulder, you can see a brand new 2013 Dodge Dart Limited. Fully loaded creature. I gotta tell you, I love this car. What a pleasure to drive. We're doing a couple of things. First, we're gonna throw a good wash on it. No waxing, polishing, claying, that sort of thing. We don't need to do that right now. Just a good wash, and then we're gonna put on some, what we call in the motorcycle world, Farkles. Bolt on, add on things to your car to make them look great. If you look over here, I've got a couple of things going on. We got the front and rear mud guards. We got the door sill. We also have the rear bumper protector and some wheel locks, just in case somebody out there tacos their rim and decides to target Zeprider's wheels. We can't have that. That's not going to work for me. Anyway, let's get a wash on her and get her dried, and then we'll start sticking things up. Gotta admit, despite the change in position of the sun, she still looks shiny. I used Mother's Carnauba wash and wax on it. I like the wash and wax idea, just to keep it simple, get something on there. It does a fairly good job at keeping it clean, but it will leave some residue, whitish, bluish hues here and there, which is why I like to continuously rinse down the car while I'm going over the other parts, so it stays wet. And any side that's directly under the sun, make sure you keep it plenty cool. Now, outside of that, before we dry it, I like to take it for a little spin around the block, get the embedded water out of the rims and brakes and whatnot, and then we'll put a dry on it. Okay, pulled her a little bit more into the shade so we can get the drying done. For drying, I've always used this absorber. I finally replaced it with a new one this year. The last one I had lasted me 22 years, give or take. Let's put a dry on her. This is a great towel. Drying complete. The absorber, great towel. If you take care of it, rinse it, keep it in good condition, keep it in its bottle. This rubbery rag, which pulls off water spots and even those hazy marks left over by soap that for whatever reason don't rinse off the vehicle. This will last you 20 years. Great rag. Just to note, while I was drying the car, a little out of breath here. It was kind of odd. I popped the trunk open and I wanted to clean on the inside there because that's where I'm going to put the bumper protector. I closed the trunk, it locked, and then I heard it go click and the trunk popped open again. I urge you people, I know we're basically first generation adopters of the Dart, but make no mistake, this is a computer with an internal combustion engine wired into it, and all that implies. So be careful. No telling what's going to happen. So far, I've been pretty lucky. That's the first anomaly I've had in this car since I've owned it. It's got about 540 miles on it now, and boy, is it a pleasure to drive. Anyway, let me get cleaned up and we'll get started on putting on some Farkles. Okay, with the washing and drying complete, what we want to do is get our bumper protector on here, Mopar part. You can find it in a couple places online. allmoparparts.com I think is one. Can't remember where I got mine from. I think it was some dealer off of eBay, offered a great deal, a whole package of stuff. So what we want to do is put the bumper protector along the surface here. It's applied with some 3M, probably some VHB, very heavy bond tape, which shouldn't hurt the paint, the factory warranty, or anything like that. It is a factory piece. Matter of fact, I've got it here. Here it is. Just goes over here on the bumper, and let me see if you can get the part number there. I don't know if you could read that or not, but there it is. So it is a factory Mopar part. They did give you a template, and what we're going to do is put it on. Let's have a look inside the trunk of the mat that I put in there. Always make sure you lift your dart trunk all the way up, or it'll come back down and smack you upside the back of the head. This is another Mopar product. This is their trunk mat. It is designed to fit the entire space of the trunk, relatively thick. Nothing's going to slide around, and you got the nice Dart logo in there. I think it looks great. Perfect addition to that. So now we need to get our bumper protector put on here. Let's get to work. Okay, the first thing we need to do is make sure that it is absolutely clean and very dry. For that, we're going to use some isopropyl alcohol. She feels relatively clean. I'm pretty happy with it. Piece is going to go on the trunk like that, and appears to be a template in here. So here's my Benchmade, and we'll cut this puppy open. So essentially what you do is you take this template and you put it on here, make sure it's even from one side to the next. I found it easier just to fold it in half, get a little crease, and then line it up with the hook that the latch on the trunk catches onto. Then you take this piece, you peel back 2 inches on either side, and you kind of get her in place. Tack her down and make sure you got her squared off. Now, once you've got her squared off within the template and it's butted up right against here, she should be fairly straight. Pull off the rest of the red tape, and you're ready to press down. And then remove the template. Alright, ready to do the step well. We got her dry, she's all clean. Same thing here, want to prepare it with alcohol. This way you get a nice bond between your 3M and the painted surface. And the final product actually looks really good. Alright, moving on. What we have here is the next project. We're going to install some splash guards, mud guards, rock guards, chip guards, anything to, maybe help protect the rocker panel and your paint. Mopar product, looks like there's 3 mounting holes. They do provide some instructions. They do not contain English, only signs and symbols. But this looks fairly straightforward. What we have to do is remove these 2 plastic clips and this one in the recessed hole. Fairly easy. Stick a screwdriver in there, kind of grab the rest of it, and then pop out this piece. And you're done. They tell you to discard these, but I wouldn't do that at all. This is good stuff right here. Okay, now the way it's supposed to work is when you move this piece out of the way, you can see you have your metal here. And what you do is you take your clips and put them over that metal. I don't know if you can see this, but there we go. Like that. Like that. And then there's a last one deep inside here that sticks right up. You can't miss it. Now, you take 3 provided screws and you screw the unit into place. Basically, that's it. All this said and done, you've got your mud flap in place. She seems relatively secure and flexible. Let's take a look from the side. Okay, there it is. I'm pretty sure you can see that. Not too bad. Doesn't fit as flush as I would like it to, but it's going to do a damn sight better job than not being there at all. I could use it a little bit more black, but I'll take it for what it is. They can be painted, from what I understand, to match your car's exact color, and I've seen that done, of course, on the Dart website. So let's do the other side, and then we'll get the back. Okay, got the other front one done. Looks pretty good. Next part of this, you actually have to remove the rear wheels because you need to drill some new holes. Alright, now she will mount right about here. So we already have 2 holes here. Looks like that will accommodate, and just the 1 hole that needs to be drilled there. Now, this does have a Dodge logo on it. Pretty good. The front ones do not have Dodge logos on them, but they're low profile. I'm impressed with the way they look. I thought I was not going to like it, but ultimately, yeah, this actually looks pretty good. So, discard the 2 pins that are already there. Reattach. Drill new hole. Okay, this is going to be fun. I'm psyched. Now, as you can see, they actually look really good. They don't look too bad on the car. Let's take a little walk around. Okay, I did exactly what I needed to do. Mud flaps are installed, locks are on the wheels, and I'm a relatively happy camper. What is this stuff on my door? I have to get upset about that. And they look good too. You can't really see the rear one. You may be able to see the front one. Here's some pictures. Looking at it, I think it gives a nice fat appearance with the rear wheels. Looks really sleek going down the side. It does come out a little bit, but you know what? I'm not really bothered by it. Looking at this, I have to say, wow, better than I expected. Would have liked to have seen maybe a little blacker black, but in the end, you know, it comes right down to it. It doesn't stand out that much, so that's pretty good. So yeah, these are. This looks really good. I think anyone who does this mod, or Farkle, as I like to call it, coming from the motorcycle world, you're gonna like this. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Zeprider. Most people just call me Zep. I've got a channel on YouTube, Zeprider's Vlog. Check it out anytime you get some spare time on your hands. You're sitting at a computer. I'd be happy for the visit, for the sub, and for the like. That seems to be the protocol around here. I will definitely do more videos on the Dodge Dart now that I'm a member of the community. Also a member over at stromtroopers.com for motorcycles, HondaRebel.com, Honda Rebel Forum. I got my start there years ago doing videos. Hope you enjoy. I'm finished. I'm out of here. I got to go and prepare for work tomorrow. But I get to drive my baby. My name's Zeprider. For those of you who've never met me, I do have a channel on Yahoo, Google. Is we got to get that bumper protector, which basically is a black piece, goes right here along the. What is that? I just washed. All right, with the washing and drying out of the fucking weed. It's always one thing or another. Weed eater, fucking ice cream truck. You guys know how I hate fucking ice cream trucks.